This year, 2024, in the northern part of Thailand, particularly the provinces of Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai, they are now facing flooding, causing people to lose their homes and property. This region normally experiences frequent flooding due to a combination of natural factors like heavy monsoon rains and even human-induced changes such as deforestation and poor water management. Flooding has caused drastic impacts on the environment, for example, soil erosion, that will reduce the productivity of agricultural products in the future, or even loss of biodiversity of plants and animals, and most importantly, habitat loss of animals, both the natural habitat and human-made habitat, for example, the elephant in Chiang Mai. Our group has come up with an idea to help people understand more about flooding through the board game named Flood Cascade. And in this video, we're gonna explain more about any further details.
So next, I'll be covering the key methods, and there are 7 key methods to talk about. First of all, we researched and brainstormed. So we researched the causes, effects, and impacts of flood to ensure that the game content itself is really accurate and educational. We then sketched the initial game design using tools like Procreate and Canva, and brainstormed ideas for the gameplay mechanics, and made the components align with the flood situation. Secondly, we finalized the gameplay mechanics, components, and objectives. So this is where we identified all the necessary components that will be needed for the game's functionality, and this includes the roles, flood meter, action cards, etc. And after we have all the components ready, we created the actual art prototype on Canva and Procreate, and this is where we drafted the visual elements and incorporate a cohesive art style that is both engaging and intuitive. Next, we gained some feedback from Ajahn about the gameplay mechanics and also the action cards, and then after we make edits, we constructed the game. We assembled the physical components, print and cut them out, and make sure they are ready for play testing. Afterwards, we developed the pre and post quizzes on Google Form, and we focused on questions related to flood, their causes, and mitigation strategies. And the 6th step is where we actually play the game and conduct the quizzes. So this is where we hosted a playtest session where the participants play the game and complete the quizzes. And last but not least, we collect feedback on the gameplay mechanics, design, and educational value, and make necessary edits to improve the game and the overall learning experience.
Next up, we'll be continuing with how to play. Firstly, the mod must hand out the role cards. These roles include civilian, government, rescue team, business owner, farmers, and dam operators. Each role will have personal cards that are either good or bad, and the player must play according to their role. Action cards. Each role will have their distinct action card that separates by color. Then the game mod will keep track of each player's score. Let's play round 1. Each player selects a card they want to play that plays according with their role. Face the card down, and the moderator will collect those cards and add their scores up, and then move the flood meters. At this round, the flood meters doesn't move. Round 2. As similar to the first round, player face down, and then the moderator collect those cards, add the player's scores, and then move the flood meters. Round 3. As well, the same, move the flood meters. Round 4. Player cards, move the flood meter. Next round. Round 5. Player cards, move the flood meters. And see, the flood didn't occur. Good job, everyone!
Moving on to key results. So first, for the gameplay outcomes, from the 2 rounds of gameplay, we can clearly see that for the first round, players usually fail to understand their objectives or the consequences of their actions based on their action cards. However, on the second gameplay, there can be clearly see that there's a major development in gameplay strategies, as well as improved decision making and planning, which can be seen in the significantly lower flood meter outcome, as well as their scoring at the end of the second round. Secondly, learning outcomes from the quizzes. So before and after the gameplay, we give the players quizzes consist of 10 questions about flood knowledge or their causes and effects. So from the survey after and before playing the games, we can clearly see that players demonstrate greater understanding of the causes and effects of flood, as seen by a significant improvement in their quiz scores, as you can see here from pre-test and post-test.
We have 4 components for calculating our project's carbon footprint: photo paper, computer usage, laser printing, and locomotion. We used a total of 22 pages of photo paper throughout the project, each producing 5 grams of CO2 and a total of 110 grams. We used around 7 hours of computer time to plan and design our project, producing 70 grams of CO2. We then used a laser printer to print out 22 pages, resulting in 30.29 grams of CO2. Lastly, we used motorcycles to travel to the print store and to deliver different components of the project, yielding 226 grams of CO2 for the 2 kilometers traveled. The total footprint of our project is 436.29 grams of CO2. Next, we have observed that players have shown a tendency to avoid playing the littering card, although they are more common, and a tendency to play higher value cards when low on points, like releasing dam water or disposing oil through pipes, leading to floods being rapid and unnatural as they come faster than in nature. This behavior reflects real-life tendencies in humans where we are concerned about our direct actions that directly affect the environment, but not actions that indirectly cause floods or other natural disasters.
To conclude, according to our objectives, we hope that our Flood Cascade game has provided knowledge about the impacts of the flood and the importance of flood prevention. By educating the players when letting them try the pre-test and then test them with the post-test, we hope that there will be behavioral changes such as realizing the consequences of their actions and start taking actions that take care of the environment. Last but not least, we hope that the players enjoyed our game and let's make this world a better place together.
ทางในรีไซเคิล